Good morning and welcome to Musical Moments. My name is Barry Sames. If this is the first time you're tuning in, but we are thankful to be here every Tuesday from 11 to 12 Central Time here in Katy, Texas at Living Word Lutheran Church, and playing some of your favorite hymn requests and some of mine. And this year we started with some special guests today. Later on we will have a harp player, a friend of mine, Rupert Parker, who has an interesting story and some music to share with us as well. So as we get going here, we're still getting some people coming on, but just want to say I had a great visit. This past weekend, I was back in Philadelphia with my family, and it was good to see some friends this time. Last year, we had a lot of family issues with my father's passing, but I was able to get around and see some people this time, and it was great to see some people all throughout the weekend. So welcome to Daniel Reich is listening right now, one of our Houston people. We have several people. Audrey back from Saints Memorial Baptist Church, nice to see you. And Barbara Mills is listening as well. Rick Wiles, hello. I'll just say hello to a few people before we get started. Hello, Carol. Carol Ann is listening. I'll tell you, the biggest thing was nice when was getting rid of the humidity when I was back east. It's when it's in the 80s, it's a whole different ball game than the high 90s here. So it was nice to get back. And again, if it's your first time listening, I encourage you to share this link with someone, a couple of friends. It takes you 5 seconds. Just share the program of someone who may be into music, into hymns. We love to reach out to more people each time. Hello, Lorna Jackson. Nice to see you as well. Sorry we missed you this weekend. So I'm going to probably just get started with, we are back to live this week, and those of you who listened last week, we anticipated having Andre Hayward on trombone, but he has been since moved to September, first week of September. We will have him here, so no need to worry. Sometimes schedules are like that, and so we'll get started with something. I was going through a lot of my old songs that we've done in some of these best of episodes, and so I thought I'd pull some new ones out today that are that haven't been done before. So I'm gonna try something here called it's Power in the Blood. There's Power in the Blood, great song of the church. Played that a lot back in the Saints days. But hello, Lisa Norland, great to see you today from the East Coast. Great to have you back. And Audrey's got our first request for today. That's for Audrey Dial. That was a little medley of Come Thou Fount, and also On Christ the Solid Rock I Stand. Hello, Kathleen Miller, listening to us today. And Mary Colpin is back in here. It's so great to see everybody. We hope you're having a great summer and getting a little traveling in that you haven't been able to before. We've been talking a lot in service, a lot about Jacob this month with our pastor, so I wanted to do an old song back that I learned way back in Sunday school too many years ago. It's called Jacob's Ladder. It was called, if you didn't know it by now, it's called We Are Climbing Jacob's Ladder. And if you tune in on Sundays, the pastor, both pastors, we've been going back to the Old Testament and doing a lot of stories about great things that happen in ordinary people's lives, that sometimes what you do may affect somebody in ways you can't even imagine. Hello, Nisa. Lisa is over in Minneapolis. Okay, I was always wondering where you were at, but thank you for sharing that. Since we don't have any other requests right now, I'm just going to keep going. I have a short list of my own. In a few minutes, we're going to have our special guest Rupert Parker come on and join us. So I think we have time for maybe one or two more before he comes out. But I'm going to been trying to think of some other ones that are just we haven't done before. And this one here is another great oldie but goodie from the Baptist hymnal. And it's called "Yes, God is You're Real." couple of spirituals. I sing because I'm happy, and also a little Precious Lord in there. And we started out with Yes, God is Real. So right now, once again, we have special guests, and I think I'm going to bring him on just a little early today. I'm excited to have Mr. Rupert Parker, and that's a harpist who I met since I've been here, and Katie, and he's got an interesting story to tell. So I wanted to welcome Rupert. It's good to see you here. Oh, fantastic. Well, I think you have an interesting story, but we'll find out in a second. Let's play something first, and then we'll get into just a little bit. What song did you want to do first?
The Lord is my shepherd.
Okay. Awesome. It's such a great song. It's
beautiful.
Transcends everything. So their interesting story is I We met at a cantata here. That's just give a little backstory here.
We did.
We met, and I'm not sure how I got your number, but I did. And so we haven't really ever talked about much how you got to Katy. But where are you originally from?
I was born in Rhodesia.
Okay.
Now it's Zimbabwe, obviously. I was born many years ago. But my father was a journalist.
Okay.
And he got asked to leave because the government didn't like what he was writing. So there was all sorts of stuff going on to do with apartheid and stuff like that at the time.
Okay.
So I left Rhodesia when I was 6 and went back to England. My parents were English, so I was fortunate enough not to be, when I was 15, called up to the Rhodesian army to fight because I was English. So that was good. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the musically? What was it like? You said you left Rhodesia at 6.
I left Rhodesia at 6, but I was the youngest of 5 sons, and then my sister came behind me, so she was only 1 when we left Rhodesia. Okay. But all my brothers, they sang in the Salisbury. Salisbury was the capital. Harare, it is now, capital of Rhodesia, and they sang in the cathedral choir there.
Okay.
And so I was too young to sing in the choir until I got back to England, and then when we were there, I joined the local church choir with my brothers and everything like that. I was actually a little terror, you know, because they were all sort of schooled and everything. They all had and there's me, my first wedding. I'm sitting there going, "What happens now? What happens now?" Yeah. And I could see the choir master. He's in the mirror. He's looking, he's going bright red. Be quiet.
Oh my gosh, what a grief!
Because I was the little 10-year-old little brat in the choir, you know.
Wow. So a couple of these songs that you chose today are kind of from the Church of England, where you
very much so. Yes. I mean, I in England, the Church of England, the Catholic, their hymns are interchangeable. We love them. They're great stuff. I know that here I am in America, and I come along and I think I know the words, and then the melody is completely different when you come here. But no, this second one is possibly my favorite hymn, Dear Lord and Father of Mankind.
Okay.
Yeah?
Let's try it.
Okay.
Yeah. song. Wow. Yeah.
It's a fantastic melody. It really is. It's just. Ugh.
It's funny how certain songs, I have certain songs too, growing up early in the church that kind of resonate just because of, just the feeling it gave you. And I imagine, I've never been to a Church of England church, but I can, as I was saying earlier, I can only imagine like when I see on movies and things of like how they depict some of
the high church. I actually love the high church side of things, the pomp and circumstance of it.
How many people were in your choir you sang?
Oh, I think that we had 2 rows of things.
It was a boys' choir?
Yeah, boys' choir,
Okay.
yes, all boys' choir, and quite a few, yes, I mean, it was, I'm just trying to think, I mean, if they were 10, 20, 30, 40 people?
Nice.
40 people, yeah, and we had, the cassocks and everything. Oh, sorry, I'm bashing the microphone.
Okay.
The cassocks, and, we walk around with the white on and everything like that. Mind you, you needed those because it was freezing in the old church.
So, that brings me to what got you over here to the United States?
Back in the 90s, I was working as a self-employed musician. I was making my own records and producing stuff like that. And we had a record company, and we'd gone almost as far as we could in the United Kingdom. And my then wife and I decided to try it over here, along in discussion with my partners in my company. And we set up the company over here, and I moved to Florida to play the harp and carry on like that. So it was good for a while, but then of course the world hit a recession. I can't remember, was it 2008, something like that. And at that time there was a whole shift in the way that you sold records. It was going away from the physicalness of a CD. It had already gone away from records and cassettes. And then, of course, it was down to downloads and how you got on then. And, by then I was, married with a family, and traveling away from the family wasn't as much fun as it used to be. So, several years ago, I sort of stopped doing that and started becoming, became a teacher, a music teacher.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And what year do you teach?
I teach intermediate now, 7th and 8th. I teach at Parkview.
Okay, yes, shameless plug here, yeah. But you teach math, right? You told me?
No, I don't teach maths. Me and maths don't get on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I can add up 2 and 2.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And I always told my daughters, what's 11 11s? And they go, I don't know. And I say, it's 111. But, so no, I teach orchestra.
Orchestra, oh, fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Well, we love to have you here when we do our special events like this, but also with the orchestra. I haven't had you every time, but it's always
I have to say, I love coming here. I'm sort of not playing this much these days, but it's great when I do come here, and thank you for the opportunity to come along and play for you. And
Now, so you have one more song that actually crosses over to out of the Church of England, and we actually do it here as well. Guide Me,
O Thou Great Redeemer.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, half of my life was music, the other half was playing sport. I was actually quite good at sport through school and college, and I played cricket, soccer, and rugby.
Oh, nice.
And one of the traditions in England is watching the international rugby games, and especially when you watch England playing Wales. I'm from England, so I support England, obviously, but it's a friendly rivalry, and when England go to what was then the Cardiff Arms Park Rugby Stadium, and it's now called something different, and I can't remember, Millennium Stadium or whatever it is now.
Okay.
And the Welsh, who are phenomenal singers. I mean, the music that comes out of Wales is amazing. And they always sing this one, probably not known as Dear Lord and
Guide Me Thou Art Ever Redeemer.
Yes, Guide Me Thou Thou Great Redeemer. Everyone knows it back in Great Britain as Bread of Heaven, because that's the one that you can belt out at almost the chorus,
Nice, yeah. It's a great melody, though, and I remember different names. Whether I grew up Methodist, so I remember singing that, and it's kind of made its way in every hymn book.
I mean, that isn't that the power of a good melody? It can transcend whatever. You can just play the melody, and it means so many things to different people. So
well, let's give it let's try this one. This is a great one.
All right.
Why don't you start it? I'll follow in.
Why don't I start it? Yes.
forget who wrote that, but
I don't remember who did it, but even just playing and mucking around as we do. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I can envision like the whole stadium standing up
you've
and
got
singing this song.
85,000 people singing that. It's powerful, powerful stuff.
I can see why it hung around with you.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful.
So do you have any, I know you said you're kind of getting back into it. We've all been, since COVID, getting back into music on, like as far as publicly and things. Anything coming up that you are planning to do or want to do?
Not me personally. Obviously, because I'm teaching orchestra, we're just about in a couple of weeks to go back and, you know, the kids are going to come in face to face again.
Nice.
It's been a tough year for all concerned in terms of the teaching. And this music especially, I mean, there's a great fear that the kids these days now will be, you know, steps behind. It'll take a few years to step back up to a standard. And not every kid, and I was one of those kids when I was a kid, if I was told to stay at home and practice, I was never going to practice at home. So a lot of the kids needed that face-to-face, and they'll be coming back, so hopefully that'll help. So that's going to go ahead now. You know, obviously, we hope that we're not going to get mandated to come away from schools again, but we should be fine.
Yes. Well, it's been great having you on here, and as I said, we'll hopefully be doing some bigger things this year coming up.
Of course, and I hope you do, because the fact that you put on those cantatas with the orchestra, the whole choir, and everything, I think it's fantastic. It really is.
I think the challenge this year was when we did it virtual. That was a real challenge.
A technical challenge as well as a physical challenge. Yes. So congratulations. But again, thank you for the opportunity to come.
Well, we will
play
definitely
this.
have you back here, and I think we're going to get you on for some of our online people a little later. So
no
stick
problem.
around. And,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rupert.
Thank you.
So we have about 10 minutes left, everybody, and just want to say hello to actually a few more people. My mother and Martha Grant from New Jersey, Yvonne Bob, and my sister is listening right now. We have a few requests. So I think I'm going to honor these requests. Lisa, you got me. You stumped the band on that one, but I'll look at it next week. So let's start with He Leadeth Me and some Standing on the Promises. Those are two wonderful songs. beautiful. We had a lot of requests at the end. I tried to get as many in as I could, but thank you for coming in. Thank you for Steve Gallus coming on. He's here at the congregation and always an avid listener and supporter. So anyway, we're just about out of time for this week. Once again, I want to thank Rupert Parker for coming on and being a trooper and sharing his story and music. Don't forget to listen this Sunday. We have 8 o'clock live worship and 10:30, and also our online, for those of you who are farther away, we'll be sharing some music and worship as well from the pastor. So please check in then. Next week will be another Musical Moments Best Of. We are doing some repairs here in the church for a couple of weeks, where they'll be ripping apart everything for our HVA system. So I will be putting together the best of episode 3 or 4, whichever one we're at, and you won't be disappointed, but I will be back again in a couple of weeks with more live. We have bassist David Craig coming on, so please stay in tune, and God bless. Have a great week.